You can pick up a pill either by prescription or over the counter, and it cures everything. There are some pills that are sold over the counter, things like Stacker. Are these really effective, and should they be used, or any danger from these pills?
The over-the-counter industry, over-the-counter pill industry, is not as tightly regulated as perhaps prescription medications. And the old dictum of no pain, no gain certainly applies to weight loss and lifestyle modification. Even prescription drugs, which are so carefully monitored, have all demonstrated that in the absence of changing behavior, individuals who take these pills are likely to be successful for a short period of time, perhaps 6 months to a year, and ultimately will regain the weight in the absence of making a change. So I would suggest that people save their money, and those pills, of course, can be quite expensive over the counter, and invest in good multidisciplinary behavior modification programs such as the Kids Weight Down program or the Healthy Life program here at St. Barnabas Medical Center.
Are there any real dangers with just taking things like Stacker?
There's no question, given the lack of regulation and perhaps consistency of the ingredients from product to product, that there has been risk of damage and death in some previous over-the-counter pills that had high levels of a product called ephedrine. Ephedrine has been removed from many of the pills that are currently sold over the counter and replaced with things like caffeine. However, caffeine, as we all know, which forms the basic component in coffee, can cause excessive heartbeat and raised blood pressure. Therefore, I would advise individuals stay away from these over-the-counter products and rather consult with their appropriate medical professionals to get the best treatment that can be afforded to them.
There are two prescription medicines that are still on the market. I think one's called Meridia and one's called Xenocol. Do they have any place in pediatrics or even in young adults in weight control?
There have been two pivotal trials in the use of both Meridia and Xenocol in adolescents, and they were both found to be effective in short-term weight loss. However, I cannot stress enough that in the absence of changing behavior, both of those medications will be less successful and ultimately will fail. It's quite clear that behavior modification is far more successful than either one of those drugs.
You see all the time in TV ads for these places like Weight Watchers and whatnot. Can they be used in a program like this with some adolescents with some success?
There's no question that programs like Weight Watchers can be successful, and they're based on the basic concept of behavior modification. What's lacking in programs like Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig, for example, is the appropriate medical supervision. It's quite clear to us, for example, that many of our children that we evaluate for overweight have significant medical problems that would not have been detected had they not come for an appropriate medical screening. For example, vitamin D deficiency is found in nearly 50% of the children that we see. High blood pressure. These are two very important complications that we see in overweight children. Sleep apnea, the difficulty in breathing at night requiring intervention. Abnormal liver tests suggesting abnormalities in the liver. So programs like Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers certainly don't afford that appropriate kind of medical screening. They do rely on the patients themselves engaging in their own behavior modification by recording what they eat, and that's an important step forward. But I think it lacks the comprehensiveness of the programs like the Kids Weight Down program at Maimonides and the Healthy Life program here at the St. Barnabas